10 seconds. So opening bell, I see Apple lower. I see the S&P lowers as well. So it's now lower than yesterday's low. And there is the opening bell. I see the euro popping a little bit. See Google very strong. CTL, I got rid of my position yesterday. So I can get rid of that. Walmart basically up a little bit. NVIDIA, got rid of that yesterday. I'll get rid of this. SPOO's down 3 right now. I scan my book. I don't really see myself making or losing much money. Tesla is lower. I am long call spreads in Tesla. Stock's only down $1.50 right now. TEX lower. Let me get rid of that one. I don't have a position in TX. Kohl Stores lower, but these calls are still 20 bid. These KSS April 50 calls are still 20 bid. Walmart put flies down a little bit. I actually got filled on a partial lot of that. Cake. I'm long puts in Cake. I thought the stock was lower this morning. Now it's up. I hate when that happens. Cake. This morning stock was trading 32 something. It popped. Look at this. Last night it traded down. I was actually bidding some stock up in the after-hour session. Cake traded down to 32.60 this morning. Now it's up. eBay, I got rid of yesterday. Still in some MCP puts. I'm going to offer the balance at a half MCP. That's actually the market's not open yet. OCZ, I'm in that one. So I'm going to update my book. Yesterday in the morning, I didn't really trade that much, and then I got really active in the afternoon. Apple reversing and now going higher. Look at a daily of AZN. I'm long some July calls in AZN. Stock looks very, very weak. Possible double bottom down here if it can find some buyers in AZN, but AZN looks very, very weak. I'm long some July calls that are not working out in AZN. Plenty of time though. As I scan the unusual option activity to see what's going on right now. Nothing yet. So Apple looked decently strong. RWT is one of my longs. I'm long calls on RWT. You know, 1500 seems like it should be the line in the sand to the downside. DFS, nothing. CHTP down 18 cents today. CHTP, huge put seller yesterday of CHTP. I was too slow and I didn't jump on board. CHTP down 17 cents today. I'm going to offer the balance of my Molly Corp puts at a half. MCP March 7 weekly puts, I'm going to offer them at a half. I'm going to offer half of my KSS April double calls at 30, just in case someone who really wants to pay up. So I'm down a little bit in Tesla and a smidgen in Cake, but that's about it. So not much in the P&L right now. Not Apple reversing. Doji candle here in Apple. Possible short setup on the close. Stop would be above that high. And I talked about the fact that, you know, I took off a lot of my short positions yesterday, which were puts. Valet, I sold some puts. NVIDIA, I sold puts. I sold VIX calls, and I sold eBay puts. Apple looking weak. I still think Apple has a date with 435. I still think Apple tests to the downside. RPRX, I was going to look at that and see if it's had any unusual option activity. $12 straddle, someone bought. I looked at, when I see a stock moving a lot, I like to see the unusual option activity for the last 10 days. And that one really didn't have that much going on. LCC got upgraded. LCC up 48 cents. Best Buy, BBY, March 19 calls. BBY, March 19s. It's not labeled as opening. I have no desire to trade Best Buy to the long side. The kiss of death was when I actually had a HPQ to the long side. Yen up a little bit. Cake. TJX. I was talking about playing TJX to the short side. No unusual option activity. The Nuggets actually up today. GLD up 70 cents. So GLD getting a little bit of steam back. And my P&L is pretty flat. Tesla down $1.80. I really thought Tesla would move higher. And it's interesting to see a lot of these stocks like Walmart. You know, if I look to pull up Walmart, Walmart sold off 4 of the last 5 quarters, 6 of the last 8, and then I get short and now it rallies. You know, very similar thing to Tesla. Tesla looks like it was rallying on earnings. I got long, and what happens? It sells off. RWT racing higher here. I'm long calls in RWT. Copper getting smoked again today. Down 6 cents. Copper getting lit. CNA actually down today too. Google back above 800. CBS, we talked about those June 50s. I want to get into these, but I want to get into these at around like 60 cents. So the June 50 calls. The problem with these upside calls and when the stocks do sell off, the volatility remains high, right? As the market sells off, volatility stays high. So June 50 calls and CBS were bought at 80 cents. I would bid. I'm going to bid 55 for some of these. CBS June 50 calls, I'm bidding 55 cents for. CBS June 55, June 50 calls, I'm bidding 55 cents for. I did get filled yesterday in TSM calls for 30 cents, so I'm long TSM. So I actually have some long, mostly longer positions on. I'm a lot more long than I am short, but a lot of them are calls, and they're not really decreasing in value as the stocks go down because the volatility stays really high. Barrick Gold, ABX, down, actually up 10 cents. TXRH, I don't know what that is. Texas Roadhouse. A spread in Texas Roadhouse. Paper bought 1,000. April 17.5 puts. And they sold the June 20 calls labeled as a spread. I'm not taking this trade in Texas Roadhouse. I think I've eaten there before. Do you get like peanuts when you get there? Go there, I think. You don't get peanuts when you go there? You walk in and they give you a bucket of peanuts at Texas Roadhouse? I don't know about that. Let's look at Texas Roadhouse. RFMD, huge buyer of puts. Not going to take a trade in that. It's a really bad steakhouse. Oh, yeah, I've definitely been here before. Sounds good. There's one in Tinley Park, one in Naperville, Joliet, Kenosha. I don't know which one I've been to. Yeah, peanuts are waiting for you. We'll have some peanuts waiting for you. I know the store. Anyways, get rid of that. So, what else do I see going on? SBAC down a couple pennies. SPOO's down 4.5 right here. I saw STZ was spiking higher yesterday. I do not have a position on an STZ. SRPT. Baller in the house.
This is probably Sean bought the broker deal. This is probably like $12. No, it wasn't. I'm serious. I got it off my campus. Oh, do you have to like spend that every week or does it go away?
Yeah. Yesterday they were buying higher strikes. SRPT, and then I'll look at it over the last 10 days. Over the last 10 days, let's see if there's any unusual option activity. March quarter calls were bought in SRPT. April 30, 35 call spread was bought. That's an interesting one. TQNT, opening position, TQNT. I'm not going to take a trade in this semiconductor. Google up $12. Google up $12. CHTP moving back up. SPPI down 80 cents this morning. I still have some puts in SPPI. I'm going to offer them at $1. SPPI getting crushed right now. Down 81 cents. SPPI. Wow, what happened there? Wow, stock's off 85 cents from the highs. SPPI selling off here. SPPI selling off here. I'm still long some March 11 puts, a smidgen position. Smidgen. I'm offering them at $1. It's only worth 60 cents right now. I sold them for 70 before. It's crazy. Cake now selling off. SPPI moving lower here. I'm long some March 11 puts. All right, guys, this is going to be recorded. I'm going to put it up on the website if you guys are going to miss it later on. So I'm going to record